Hello, everyone. My name is Shawn Hardie, and this is the first ever Five Questions live video broadcast during the NBA Draft Lottery. Once again, my name is Shawn Hardie. Thank you for joining me today. And today's first ever video broadcast is brought to you by Doers, because this is what I'll be drinking during this whole thing. And we have another sponsor. Dorian, would you like to share that sponsor?
Ray and Nephew.
There we go.
And that's what I will be drinking the entire video cast.
So that is Dorian Dixon, aka Cousin D, which you all know from previous 718 Five Questions. This is it podcast. He is a Laker fan, and we also have joining us today live from Philly, but not really, Sixers fan Alvin Grimes. Say what up, Al. So the reason behind this podcast is because a lot of things can happen. The Lakers have the number 2 pick right now. But if another team moves into the top 3 of the lottery, the Lakers lose that pick to the Sixers. And I've been saying this for about, 3 months. I told Alvin this: the Knicks are going to move into the top 3. So
we also lose our 2019 pick as well.
That is true. To Orlando, right?
Yeah, I believe it's Orlando.
That'd be great.
So as of right now, I am sharing. I'm posting this on every piece of social media that I can. So anyone who is down can watch us make complete fools of ourselves. All right. In the meantime, Cousin D, how confident are you that the Lakers will retain their pick?
Highly confident. I think that I don't want to say we'll get the number 1 pick. I think we'll get the number 2 for a 3rd consecutive year, and that'll probably translate to Mr. Ball joining our squad.
Alvin, how confident are you? I look black as all hell. Alvin, how confident are you? Well, answer that question while I fix the lighting in here.
Darkness.
So I'm very confident actually. The genius architect Sam Hinkie put the Sixers in a very fortunate spot for this draft. We have the pick swap with the Kings in case they jump into the top spot. We have the chance to get the Lakers pick if it falls outside of the top 3, which right now I think there's an above 50% chance for that to happen. So I'm quite confident if we're going by the probabilities. Now I'm kind of superstitious, so I'm a little nervous anyway to see what happens, but I'm cautiously confident. What the hell?
All right, let's see how black I look. All right, so much better. All right, 5 questions. All right, so 5 questions is broadcasting live with Alvin. And so we may have some. So first of all, while I share this, we invited what's his guy's name? We invited Darren Sands to join us, Celtics fan Darren Sands, and he refused to join, which is his move. So we're just gonna roast the hell out of him the entire time. And in fact, I had the designated roaster. I was gonna have Chris Canada come on in his stead, but Canada couldn't make it. We also may have our friend Jay Mikey join us representing the Brooklyn Nets, because even though the Nets don't have a pick, he doesn't want the Celtics to get it. He doesn't want to see the Celtics get the number 1 pick. And we may also have our friend Nubs. You may remember him for the Knicks podcast. He's a Suns fan. The Suns are in tune for a top 5 pick, and he's a Knicks hater. So his commentaries are always appreciated. So while we wait for the lottery to proceed, and I pour myself a drink, we could talk about last night's game. Alvin, your thoughts on last night's game?
I'm very disappointed in the lack of schematic adjustments the Wizards were able to make over the series. I think Scott Brooks once again got outcoached by a team where he had the superior talent on his roster. The sort of like prevalence of hero ball Like it's basically John Wall and Bradley Beal, going ISO 1-against-5 over and over and over and over, which clearly isn't going to work in a 7-game series. Teams are smarter now. The game is more advanced. I feel really bad for the Wizards to not have gotten over the hump, but they weren't the smarter team. Boston was smarter. They ran a design set almost every single time. They ran the pick and rolls to free up IT against Gortat, who didn't have the foot speed to rotate to pick up on Kelly Olynyk, who looked like Dirk Nowitzki last night, which would never be uttered in basketball history. So, me as a Celtics hater, I was really upset. Not happy at all.
It's funny what you said about the talent. The Wizards starting 5 is better than Boston starting 5.
Absolutely.
But as we all know, the Wizards had no bench, and it showed. And Scott Brooks didn't believe in his bench because he played Wall and Beal like 44 minutes. You didn't see any Kelly Oubre.
Right, and to that point, right? So and then Oubre played a total of 7 seconds last night. He had a pretty solid series overall. So, like, if you have a guy who's proven himself off the bench in a 7-game series, why do you give him 7 seconds total in a game 7? He has some talent. He can make the corner 3. He can defend. He can run the floor in that transition. Why would you not play him? That was just a bad idea.
And the funny thing is, the guy that he decided to give big minutes off the bench was Jan Mahimni, who should never be seen again.
He should never. Why is he in the game?
Why is he in the game?
It was clear that Jan Mahimni wasn't ready for this, and it's frustrating. As someone who doesn't like anything Boston, it was frustrating to watch the Wizards were down, I think 101-96. Like Beal just hit a 3, or he hit a 2 and 1, and then it was actually they lost the game when Scott Brooks decided to put in Jason Smith and Mahinmi and someone else at the same time. It was and that's when Boston won a 13-3 run.
And these guys just started chucking threes way too quick. Like, you weren't down that much. And like Wall's a streaky, I guess, shooter at best, but not known for his 3-point game. And he's just coming down firing. And I wanted to see him succeed because I do like John Wall as a player, but he tried to do too much last night, and it didn't work out for him.
And he was clearly winded.
Yeah. And I guess
his legs are shot. Yeah.
Terrible. All right.
I picked 6 and 7, so I'm just happy my original prediction came true. But it would have been nice to see Wall, and I think Washington would give Cleveland a better series than we're going to see. But who knows? People have been counting on all year.
Yo, they're going to stick them in, like Cleveland's going to stick these dudes in the basket.
Yes.
I also have my Madison Square Garden glass, which I stole from Madison Square Garden like 3 years ago. I have like 12 of these. So there goes that. All right, for those who are just joining us, all 6 of you, this is the first ever 5 questions video podcast. Basically, we have a Knicks fan, a Laker fan, a Sixers fan. We're gonna watch the draft lottery together. Especially since some of us have, the Lakers, if they move, if a team jumps to the top 3, which we hope is the Knicks, then the Lakers will move out and the Sixers get their pick. So it's actually possible the Sixers could get – it's very possible the Knicks could get 2, the Sixers could get 1 and 4, and the Lakers will leave with their tail between their legs.
Yes.
So obviously I know why Alvin wants the Lakers to fall to top 3, because the Lakers fall to top 3, that means they benefit. So you're probably wondering why I want the Lakers to fall to the top 3, besides the obvious reason of if they fall to top 3, that they jump in the top 3. Because when the Lakers in 2015 jumped the Knicks to get into the top 3, the celebrations from Lakers fans on social media against us was like they had literally just beat us for the championship. So turnabout is fair play.
Did that really happen?
A bit. Oh man, I was on Twitter and the Laker fans were just like, "Yeah, and fucking Knicks suck." Yo, like what a lick. So honestly, and
y'all got Porzingis out of that, and we got a snitch.
We got hope. So yeah, the Knicks clearly won.
Right.
Exchange. I mean, You guys definitely.
But now I want to rub in. Now we need to complete I need to complete the circuit and make sure that because y'all gonna screw up the pick anyway, and we can get to why that's gonna happen in a second. So let's just bring everything full circle. Why do I think you're gonna screw up the pick? Well, why? It's funny. Why? How do I say this? When Magic became president of the organization, I wondered. Everyone was like, "Oh, he's gonna do a good job," and it's like, everyone says Magic's gonna do a good job, but how do we know that he's not gonna do good? And everyone thought that Phil would do a good job, and Magic has as much prior experience as Phil. So why is Magic gonna do a good job? So I'll ask you, Laker fan.
Okay.
Why do you think Magic will do a good job, even though he has no experience running a basketball franchise?
I definitely don't think we'll screw up this pick because it'll be 1, 2, or 3, and the draft class, especially in the top 3 picks, is looking pretty good. So I don't think there's any way for him to screw it up this year. My concerns about Magic, I guess overall, if I have any, is as a president of basketball operations, you got to be out there really watching this young talent. So is Magic, with all of his other business ventures and what have you, is he going to be out in like Athens, Greece, watching 14-year-old kids play ball that eventually turn into like Giannis? And that's my concern. That's my concern long term. I think this year, though, as long as we retain the top 3 pick, we're fine, and I'll be happy. But only time will tell. And anything's better than Jim Buss. I could also say that.
True.
Actually correct.
It's funny. I heard that Magic went to the UCLA Kentucky game to watch Lonzo Ball, and everyone was saying, "Oh, Magic scouting players. Phil doesn't scout players." And I'll say this: Magic understands optics better than Phil. So he's like, "Yeah, look at me. I'm scouting Lonzo Ball. Like you haven't seen Lonzo Ball on tape like that 9,000 times already."
Right.
So I'm literally just sending this out. I'm literally just blasting this all over all my social media. Hold on a second. This is live right now. Hopefully we'll get my man James Mikey said he's on his way home now. And Nubs, the one of the biggest Knicks haters I know, is MIA. So we'll see what happens. Of course, they tell you that the draft lottery is going to start at 8, and of course, they're showing commercials and biding time. So I'm just going to keep drinking.
I think it starts at like 8:35 or something.
Yeah, it's really quick actually.
It is really quick, but I wanted to make sure that we were online already. Don't want to wait till like 8:15 and then something goes wrong and what have you. If you're just joining us, this is the first ever 718 5 Questions live video podcast. Myself, we have Cousin D, Laker fan, and Sixers fan Alvin Grimes, waiting to see literally the results of probably the most important draft lottery in recent memory, if not ever, because this is supposed to be such a talented, deep NBA draft. And, a lot of franchises' futures are at stake, with obviously the story with the Sixers and the Lakers. Do the Knicks move up in the top 3? There's the whole Sacramento thing from the trade for Boogie, and we'll get into Actually, since we have a few minutes,
I know where we're going.
Alvin, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Let's go.
Who do you think is the most overrated player in the league?
Isaiah Thomas.
Okay, we know that you have I don't want to say unhealthy, but understandable hate for Isaiah Thomas. But besides him.
Besides IT, most overrated player in the league. How do we define overrated? Like, are we talking about in terms of production or in terms of wins?
To me, overrated means people think you're better than you actually are. That's it.
I mean, there's a lot of contenders there, man. You could put Kyle Lowry in there. You could put DeMar DeRozan in there.
Both of those guys. I just didn't put them as most, but I did think of both of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, like they definitely come to mind. You can throw Blake Griffin in there. I mean, but right now, probably DeMarcus Cousins.
Thank you.
It's funny you say that because so on another thread, on another group me that Cousin D and I are on, we posed that same question. And no, he asked that question. And he said,
Allie asked it. I don't even know why.
Oh, Allie asked. Okay. Allie asked that question, and Cousin D said DeMarcus Cousins. And I said, I think I agree. And Allie, and for those who are regular 718 5 question subscribers, Allie, aka McFly, he said Draymond Green. So literally, we've been going. No, Allie's brother said that. Let me make that clear. Allie's brother said that.
Allie's brother did say that.
And so me and Dorian and Mac, Allie's brother, are going back and forth discussing this, and then Allie jumps in, and we're basically, and me and Dorian are basically like, they're like, basically Mac and Allie's position was that he's not the best. He'll never be the best. If he's the best player in your team isn't that good, yada, yada, yada. And we're like, but that's not the argument. The argument is, who's more rated. And our thing about Boogie is that, like, Boogie's best teams got to 33 wins. That's the best season he's ever had. And if he's this franchise center, and and this is what I meant to say earlier, Dorian, to him. If you're the best big man in the NBA, it doesn't matter what your roster is. You should be able to get to 40 wins if you're the best big man in the NBA.
Well, just get to an 8th seed. I just want to see him make the playoffs.
Well, I say, like, if you get to 40, you're 8th. You get to 40 wins, you're an 8th seed.
Yeah. Been in the league 7 years. He couldn't do that once.
Great points. Great points.
And actually, let me see if anyone had said. Let me see if anyone responded to what I said. Because the one thing I had said was, because in the same group me thread, we've been going back and forth about Kawhi versus Russ for MVP, and all the Russ people are saying that it should be Russ because Russ has no team, Russ has no talent, yada yada yada. So I asked was because basically to make it seem like Boogie never had any players, his rosters were terrible. So I want to know if his rosters were worse than OKC's. So that's what I'm reading. That's what I'm reading for now.
I don't think anybody answered that.
Of course they didn't answer that because it made too much damn sense, motherfuckers. Let's see now. I'm going to keep sharing this on.
So Alvin, let me ask you a question. Since you do know basketball, I actually rate your even though you're a Sixers fan, I rate you intelligent basketball guy. Do you think Draymond Green is overrated at all? Is he slightly overrated? What is your thoughts on Draymond Green?
I think Draymond, if anything, is slightly underrated. In my opinion, you could slot him on every single team in the NBA, and he transforms their versatility, what they can do on both ends of the court. Like, what he does is so unique. Like, we haven't seen it maybe ever, in terms of being a big guy who can guard at least 2 through 5 effectively.
Right.
He can rebound, he can pass, he can shoot. He can do everything that you ask him on the court to do. And he enables them to play that sort of small ball, like death lineup roster that no one can really match. If he's anything, he's underrated. And
that's funny thing. That was my point. I'm just like, the reason of the lineup of death exists because he can literally switch every pick and roll on positions 1 through 5. And I don't. Are there 10 bigs, forwards and center that in the league that you could say can do that? Like, I don't think so.
No.
But because he don't get 27 and 11, he's not that good. Like, fuck him.
The thing I hate about the thread that we're on is because these are the same people that were arguing the Kawhi side of things, and they're speaking so much about Kawhi's a two-way player. He plays defense. He does this. He does that. And now they're acting like if Draymond went to, say, Sacramento, he's miraculously going to forget how to defend. Like, it's just it's hilarious to me.
Yeah, like maybe he won't get wide open threes, but he's still going to be a really good defender. Like, and the thing is, like, the same people that are saying that, you know, everyone's a product of their system is now saying, like, are gonna knock Draymond Green because they're like, oh, well, if he went somewhere else, he wouldn't be as good. Man, like you said, a lot of people. Like, if Klay Thompson went somewhere else, he probably wouldn't be as good. Because guess what? He probably wouldn't be getting as many open threes as he does.
Agreed.
People make me sick. I don't know. So I got whatever. I got Twitter open right here.
Fly makes me sick. Yeah, I said it.
Oh man, I got Twitter open right here. I'm just trying to see what's going on.
If there were no active questions, I actually have a question for both of y'all.
Go right ahead.
So the Zaza Pachulia closeout on the Kawhi 3, which he sprained his ankle. What's your take on that? Because Pop went off, and I agree with everything Pop's had to say about that.
It just, I don't think he meant to injure him, but the move was very unnatural. He did the cha-cha slide, under this dude's feet. He slid once, and then you clearly see him slide again. So it wasn't a natural move, but I think he intentionally meant to hurt him. I don't think so. It's unfortunate that he's stepped on somebody's foot 3 times in the last 3 games or something. But I didn't think he was intentionally trying to hurt him, but it was not a natural move.
So I was listening to the Basketball Analogy podcast, formerly known as True Hoop, the True Hoop TV, the True Hoop podcast, and they were actually discussing it. And Amin Al-Hassan, whose opinion I respect, said that basically Zaza, he's a big and he's not used to closing out on corner threes, and if he doesn't make the move that he makes, if he tries to stop on a dime like that, he probably blows it out his ACL because he won't be able to stop that quick. So he didn't think think he was being dirty. Most of the other people on the podcast disagreed. They're like, nah, that dude, and I even think actually they were discussing it on TNT last night. And Kenny Smith didn't believe Zaza was doing it on purpose. Shaq and
Barkley
think that he did. And they were saying, and one point that Barkley made that made sense is when you go to close out a 3, they teach you to go by him because you don't want to foul him, not go up under him. It's not because if you it's easy to make contact. So if they win the game, Pop is probably not as pissed. If he lands and doesn't roll his ankle, no one cares.
Of course.
So, it's unfortunate, but apparently I think TNT yesterday pulled up these clips. No, not TNT. Sports Nation pulled up these clips of dirty plays that Zaza has done, and then someone else said, and then actually Amino Hassan said on Sports Nation that everyone does this, and Pop should be the last person complaining about that type of move because there's a dude that made a whole career out of that, and his name is in the rafters.
True. So that's a fair point, and I think Bruce Bowen rightfully should be called out for a lot of the vaguely dirty plays he did. My issue is with a guy like Zaza, if you have a pattern of this sort of reckless behavior on the court, I can't give you the benefit of the doubt. I don't believe he intended to hurt him. My issue is that he had no problem with the outcome because he put himself in that position in the first place. Kawhi, the shot was already launched by the time he even tried to make the closeout. So he had no shot of blocking it, but he's still inching closer towards him, taking step by step, which does impede the sort of landing scope that the jump shooter has. I was kind of shocked actually that Kenny Smith, being a jump shooter, was so lenient in his sort of take on what happened. But we all know guys like that, guys who play a little extra reckless and aggressive on the court when they don't have to, and sometimes it leads to guys getting hurt. And to me, that's just a thing that you have to control.
That's actually fair. Actually now you say that's a good point. There's like that dude that's like he's like setting hard screens for no reason,
Right.
and yeah, okay, that's fair. So, do you think Zaza Pachulia is a dirty player as we approach 8:30 Eastern?
He doesn't mind making a dirty play. Let's put it that way.
That is a good way to put it. I don't think he's a dirty player, but I'm gonna do this, and if it happens,
he's a questionable player.
Who's more of a dirty player?
Right.
Yes. Yes. Who's more of a dirty player, him or Kelly Olynyk?
So I think Olynyk on that, like Kevin Love armbar was totally intentional. completely 100% intentional. Like, we all know what an armbar is, the kind of leverage you need. Now, I don't think he intended to pop his shoulder out of place. Once again, it's a matter of intent, or is it a matter of the process of what you're putting in place, which can lead to a bad result. I judge the process more so than the result. And to me, that kind of process of putting a guy's arm in that kind of awkward spot can lead to that. And I think he knew what he was doing. So I'm going to say Olynyk.
Yeah.
Can we honorable mention Draymond Green, because
he was my next question.
Nut kicker. Yeah. He's dirty too.
I'm not with that.
We're approaching. So it looks like we're approaching. We're getting close to time to pull for the draft lottery. I will say this. I don't know about you guys, but I don't have cable, so I stream everything through my iPad. So if you're watching on cable, you're probably going to see the results before me. So try not to ruin it for me, especially Cousin D, because Cousin D has a history of ruining big moments for me because we watch on TV and he'll be like, "Oh, went in." I'm like, "Yo, he ain't even crossed half."
So I don't ruin big moments. I just ruin a lot of small ones usually. So this is a bigger moment, but like,
do you know? Do you remember the Jose Bautista home run 2 years ago?
Bat flip home run or
your bat flip home run?
Yes. Was I speaking to you when that happened?
You know, you ruined that for me.
I'm sorry. It's so funny because I don't even really watch baseball, but I was watching that.
We were talking about it on GroupMe, and I had it on my iPad up because I was at work, and you said like, "Well, Batista just put this whole thing to bed," and I was like, "What?" And I look, and 10 seconds later, I was like,
"You know what? I think I was actually out," which explains why the game was on. Because I probably wouldn't have been watching that live in my house just because I'm not a real baseball guy. But sorry about that, buddy.
It's fine. It's fine. All right, so we have some. Yo, go ahead.
So we haven't really got into, since it's the like draft lottery live chat discussion. Let's talk about which prospect you want the most on your team and what kind of fit you think they would have to produce the most optimal lineup, given that, but let's say it's like Sixers 1, Lakers 2, Knicks 3, right? Who do you want the most on your team, and who's the best fit as far as the draft prospects?
So I want Lonzo Ball. I think the Lakers want him. I think he wants them. His daddy definitely wants them. But from a straight basketball standpoint, I think that I think D'Angelo can play off the ball and they can be in the backcourt together. I think that has the makings of a dangerous lineup in a few years because Ingram can also handle it. There's a lot of things that we could do with that lineup if we got Lonzo Ball. So that's who I want.
I like Lonzo Ball, and I think I'm echoing, and I don't know why. Do you hear that echo?
Yeah, you're echoing in mine.
I don't know how that happened. I'll fix it. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right, so I'll talk about the Sixers. I think that the combination of Ben Simmons and Lonzo Ball's passing, both in a half-court setting and in transition, would create like all kind of crazy highlights. I mean, that would be a really exciting team to watch. But as far as pure just overall effectiveness, I think Markelle Fultz as the lead guard on the Sixers is the most ideal pick. Now, he's probably set to go number 1. Philly doesn't have the greatest chance to get number 1. So let's say Philly fall 3 or 3. I think Lonzo at 2 would be perfectly fine. Addition, Josh Jackson at 2 or 3 also. I mean, he's a superb athlete, a defensive nightmare. He can pretty much do it all except shoot. That's the one drawback. And on a team like the Sixers who have shooting problems, I'm kind of concerned about that. You know, if it takes a guy 2 to 3 years to get a jump shot down, the team itself isn't really advancing. I think Malik Monk also fit-wise would be phenomenal on the Sixers because he's already made day one like shooter. And he opens the offense up for any team that he steps that would happen to draft him. So I think Monk. So Fultz, Ball, Monk, to me, are the top 3 guys I wanted to see on the Sixers.
Okay.
Yo, I actually like De'Aaron Fox.
Me too, but not on the Sixers.
I would take him on the Knicks.
That would be good for you guys. Yeah, you could use that.
Yo, is Embiid ever going to be fully healthy?
Yes.
I pray every day. I sacrifice animals. I do everything. I would. There's almost no limit to what I would do to guarantee him a full bill of health for the rest of his career.
Yeah, I like his game.
People very close to me would be in danger if that were the sort of exchange that I could make, you know? So, yeah. I hope so.
All right. We should have a new guest coming in soon. Looks like Jay Mikey will be joining us as soon as he figures out how this works. Let's see now. It looks like ESPN's going to commercial. So after they come back from commercial, we should have this draft lottery going on. Do you have? And I'm actually working on getting our good friend Nubs to join. And I'm telling James that this link should get you into the chat. All right. So for those who are just joining us, this is the 5 questions first ever video podcast for the draft lottery. The reason behind this is that we have a Laker fan, a Knicks fan, and a Sixers fan, who all have very, very high stakes in this draft lottery. If the Lakers, so currently the Lakers have the third best odds, and currently right now, if everything holds, they'll be number 3. But if one team jumps them into the top 3, then the Lakers give their pick to the 76ers. So that's why we have the Sixers fan. And we're trying to get a Celtics fan, but Darren Sands is a bitch, and he didn't want to show up. So that's all I gotta say about that. We should have a Nets fan joining us any second now, Jay Mikey, because he wants to make sure that Celtics do not get the number 1 pick, because he's just a hater, and I would be a hater too.
Yeah, same here. We're all in the same boat. Anti-Boston.
I'm with that too.
Okay. And for some reason, are you on? And
Shawn,
of course, J Mikey's having technical difficulties.
Shawn, I know you're trying to add somebody to the thread right now. You might be a little preoccupied, but I'm a little curious about the Knicks, right? This draft obviously means a lot for the Knicks franchise, for Philly, for the Lakers. The Knicks, in all likelihood, are going to trade Melo in the offseason, right? For whatever they get in return. I don't know yet. Could be picks, could be a mixture of draft picks in the future. Who knows, right? Once they trade Melo, I doubt they re-sign Rose. Will next season be the time when they actually feature Porzingis?
Absolutely. I think that I've always said that since the day Porzingis was drafted, that everything we do is not about number 7. That's everything that we do is not about number 7. It's about number 6.
Yes.
And even though Phil keeps trying to run this silly offense, the fact that Phil is openly basically told Mel to go scratch lets me know that he doesn't really care about Mel. Now, why did he say that, anyone is up open for trade. Yes, neither here nor there. But once Melo's gone, like everything will go through Porzingis. Like, and there literally would not be a reason why you would not make him the focal point of your offense, where he won't get the most touches and get the most work and what have you. And Cousin D clapping, looking at Tom Penn, showing
get out of here,
Magic
space.
Magic look mad confident, son.
But there's no reason why he wouldn't be the focal. You want to be the focal point. Like now, it's time for him to take his lumps. Like now, it's time for him to, be the focus of an offense, and have coaches game plan for you, and then figure out how to beat it. But the tools are there. I think the thing is, I think the stuff you can't teach, like the makeup, I think he has it. Like that stuff you can't teach, and because he has it, that's why I'm like, he can shoot, and he's like the kid used to watch World Star in Latvia. Like he's not going to be intimidated by any of these extra regular ass dudes out here that try to talk smack, like Kent Bazemore and shit.
He's very unflappable.
Yes, he's very unflappable. So I think honestly, I would cut Melo now. I was in the stretch provision. Just tell him to go scratch, just because it's an. I always believe. I think I told you this. It's addition by subtraction.
So now the issue is Phil is still talking about running the triangle offense. As far as I can tell, the triangle doesn't maximize his skill. It doesn't maximize what Kristaps can do on the court. Like, I've never seen a 3-point shooting big in the triangle offense before. How does that work with what he's best at doing?
So I'll say two things. One, the triangle can work for wing. Triangle works really good for wings, but it also works for bigs. Kobe and Shaq will tell you that as well. But honestly, and I didn't realize this until the other day, everyone harps about the triangle, this triangle, that triangle, this triangle, that. The Knicks' problem isn't offense. It's defense. They stink on D. Like, think about it. Whatever mishmash offense they run, whether it's a triangle or whether it's some pick and roll or whatever, the Knicks can score points. They put up points with anybody in the league. Look at my man Walt Clyde Frazier. That's an excellent freaking suit.
Oh, you are crazy delayed.
Stop it. Right. He's like 10 minutes behind.
I'm watching on my iPad.
You are really, really delayed.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to hit done, and I'm going to start it over again. Let me see if that will help. All right, there, and then
Frazier really showed up like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, you're well behind. The whole thing will be over by the time you even.
Who are they looking at now?
Magic.
Okay, they're on. All right, mine. They're talking to Embiid.
Okay,
that's closer.
Yeah,
they're still talking to Embiid.
Yeah.
Oh, Cassidy's still asking him the question. There goes Magic, smiling. All right. So while we wait for these interviews to go through, I'm gonna pour myself another drink. I'm just gonna remind you that this podcast is brought to you by Doers White Label and brought to you by
Cousin Ray and his nephew.
J. Ray and his nephew. There we go. Magic is laughing. Man, I will do. I don't know why this came to me, but in February I said the Knicks are going to get a top 3 pick. And you know why? Because the Knicks have not moved up into the top 3 since 1985. We are due.
So we do.
We are due.
That's real.
I'd also like to take this time out to remind Darren Sands that he's a bitch because he shouldn't be here. And I'm still okay. Okay, and now I'm trying to get our friend Nubs on. I'm trying to get the Suns fan Nubs on here.
Oh,
yo,
while you're doing that, I'm gonna tell Alvin my theory on what the Lakers should do.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
Regardless of like this pick. So I'm getting increasingly concerned about the rumors that we would potentially trade our young talent for Paul George.
Yeah.
And I'm actually this past playoffs, it took me back a little bit, but I typically am a huge Paul George fan.
Okay.
But I'm like, why are we going to trade our young talent for him to come to the Lakers and have a worse roster after you trade for him than he currently has in Indiana, which we've shown what he does, and a tougher conference, which is the West. So what I want the Lakers to do is go all out and try to sign Gordon Hayward, who's a free agent this year. Here's why. Hold on, let me finish my thought here. You sign him, right? Now, if you're really this enamored with Paul George, I realize you can't trade Gordon Hayward right away, but you wait a little bit and you say, and hopefully there's other things that could happen, and I get all of that. You say, hey, Indy, I'll offer you Gordon Hayward for Paul George straight up right now. Paul George is leaving at the end of the year. You know this. Do you know where Gordon Hayward's from?
Indiana.
He's from Indiana.
Right. Now, okay.
And Indiana's going to go lose Paul George for nothing, take Gordon Hayward, then you take Gordon Hayward. And then you have Paul George, who you apparently want anyway, and all the young talent. What am I missing?
So much. So this is why Lakers fans amuse me to no end. There is a 0% chance that Gordon Hayward leaves the Jazz to sign with the Lakers. Why would he do that to himself? From a guy who's on a young, promising team, they won, I think, 50 games this year. Yes, they got swept in round 2, but that's the furthest they've been in a very long time. All the arrows are pointing upward for that team. Why would he leave them for, like you just said, a team with a much worse roster?
Well, so to be fair, I got this idea after I listened to Gordon Hayward's exit interview, and I don't know if you heard it, but he almost talked like he's ready to get out the door.
I want to interrupt you real quick, Cousin D. I want to bring in James. J. Mikey is here, Nets fan. He was a little delayed because he's one of the 92 people in the world that still uses Firefox, so that's why he couldn't join. But he's here now. He got Chrome, and he's here. James, what up?
Actually, I didn't get Chrome. I just used Safari, which is the default thing on my Mac, but that's not the point. Everybody had
All right. And just to remind you, J. Mikey is a Nets fan, and his sole purpose here is to make sure that the Celtics do not get the #1 pick in the draft.
I'm with you on that one.
I'm actually using Firefox, by the way, myself right now, just to be clear.
Oh, well, there you go. And we should have our friend Nubs, the Suns fan, joining us soon. But anyway, continue, Cousin D. So, James, if you're and for those who are just joining us, first of all, this is a podcast because we want to watch the draft lottery together because a lot of things can happen between my Knicks, Alvin Sixers, Cousin D's Lakers, J. Mikey's Nets, and yes and no, and Nubs' Suns. And right now we're discussing. Cousin D is explaining why. Hey, Nubs is here. Nubs is here. Nubs is a Suns fan.
Yes.
Who was literally driving while being on this while being on this video. So if you die, 718 is not responsible if you crash into the 41 bus.
I'm coming from practice, man. I'm dedicated all around.
All right. So right now, Cousin D is trying to explain why it makes no sense for the Lakers to trade for Paul George when they could assign him next year. And I agree with him because as Knicks fans, we all know
most likely everything is a solid trade anyway.
I agree with that. Because, like you said, only because of what the Knicks just pulled and how that restricted the Knicks moving forward.
What is he, a restricted agent?
So what? This year he's a restricted free agent, Paul?
Unrestricted next year.
Paul George is under contract this year.
Yeah. For one more year.
One more year.
Okay.
So they would have to.
So what I told Dorian, because we discussed this earlier a few days ago, I said the reason why you could make the trade is because a lot can happen between now and next year. Like, let's say Miami becomes a 46-win team, and then next year Pat Riley walks in the room and is like, "Yo, dog, come down here," and then the Lakers get nothing.
Lottery beginning now, by the way.
Here we go.
All right, the lottery's beginning now.
I'm watching on my PlayStation, so I might be on a bit of a
Look at
delay.
Snow's face.
I'm watching on my iPad, and it's still on this stupid ass Paul George commercial.
So
Paul George.
I'm watching on my PlayStation.
He's from LA. Kobe in his
I
ear.
muted the PlayStation on.
You got Magic in his ear.
We gonna see.
He going to the Lakers. They gonna sign. They best do it.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah? That'd be their best.
Yo, Dub. So how bad are you? How bad do you feel that y'all got to give up next year's pick as well?
Oh, for me,
I mean, Billy King deserves all the bad things that happened to him. You know what I mean?
The Knicks are gonna move into the top 3.
Not happening, buddy.
damn, King
Oh
got
shit!
Tell them they better go get that boy Dennis Smith Jr.
All right, I'm going to take off my headphones because I'm on delay and I want to watch this live. So y'all can talk amongst yourselves. I'm just gonna take off the headphones and I'm just gonna watch.
Oh yeah.
We getting number 2, baby. We getting number 2.
Yo, Phoenix getting number 1. I'm just letting y'all know that right now.
Phoenix getting number 1. Let's go.
I'm gonna turn down this thing.
Wait, something just happened.
sorry.
Yo, Orlando's getting the number 1 pick.
Yo, Hardie, I'm sorry, bro.
My bad, Shawn.
Oh, we ruined it for Shawn.
No. The Knicks got 8. He put his
The Knicks are 8.
The Knicks is at 8.
How far y'all? Damn, I'm at 12. My delay is crazy.
Oh shit, you too. Come on, baby.
Damn. Orlando 6.
Come on, baby.
The Lakers are keeping the pick.
The Lakers are keeping the pick, baby.
Damn. Yeah.
Yo, I'm up to number 9 on my stream. That's how delayed
Yeah,
I
I'm about to say I'm on number 9 on the radio, man. What type of TV y'all got?
I think y'all two need to mute yourselves.
Yeah,
Knicks at 8. I say it now.
Come on, Lakers. Damn. Oh, all right, fine.
I don't know what happened yet. I'm not even paying
Wait,
attention
what
to
just
y'all.
happened?
Yeah.
Suns are 4. So
Look at Magic. Look at Magic, baby.
Fuck. Suns got 4.
Come on.
That means LA definitely goes in top 3.
Damn.
So who the hell switched up?
So it's Celtics, Lakers, Sixers right now.
Phoenix caught 4.
Wow. Damn.
And then Magic started doing the Cavs.
Hold on, I'm up to 5 right now. Chill out.
Fucking Magic. So he top 3?
Huh?
Magic moved up crazy.
Yo, the Knicks got to be hurting right now. 8?
Ooh, I got 4, boy.
I'm waiting for
I
Shawn.
might get my son. I got a chance to get Dennis Smith.
Yo, Shawn gonna cry, D. Shawn is crying right now.
I gotta be.
Did Shawn leave?
He put everything down so we didn't spoil it for him.
He's hurting right now.
It's way past the Knicks on this now.
Yeah.
It's up to the top 3 now.
He knows, trust me.
No, but he's delayed.
Why they always go top
And Boston, right?
Top 3.
Yes, Boston, LA, and
Philly.
Philly.
All right, let's go Boston number 3.
Yeah.
All I want is Boston. I don't even care if Philly and LA get the top 2. I just don't want.
Yo, Hardie.
How the fuck we moved from 6 to 8?
Hardie.
He's back.
Yo, we can catch a break.
Sacramento did it. Sacramento moved.
If they would have got 6, they would have had a chance to get him. Maybe.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Yo, the NBA is rigged. Fuck this shit. I'm out of here. The hell?
Yo, that's 2 times in the last 3 years that we moved down from where we were supposed to pick.
First
This is unbelievable.
Phoenix 2,
Yeah.
Watch us
You
get
heard
the
that,
one. Watch us get the one.
Sacramento messed y'all up, Sean.
I feel like we're getting the one now.
No.
I said 2.
Let's go. Let's go Philly.
We getting the
Yeah,
one.
let's go, Philly. Let's go.
Let's go Philly. Trust the process.
That's right, baby.
Sam Hinkie.
Yo, we're gonna get the one, and then they're gonna cut to a live stream of LeVar Ball in the ball house and watching him do his ball dance walk or whatever. That's what's about to happen.
Yo, Dorian, the ball is going to the Lakers regardless. Ain't nobody getting the top 3 taking them over anybody. Lakers get 3, falling to 3.
You think he'd fall to 3?
Yeah.
Who will go?
Yeah.
Fultz and who?
Jackson?
Yeah.
What?
I'm fine if we get 2.
No take Fultz. I don't think you want. What?
This is terrible.
Oh, we got to mute Dorian now because I'm on a commercial store.
Okay.
Oh!
I'm down here.
Who got 3?
Come on, y'all got to talk. Y'all can't react. Y'all got to let us know.
Who got 3?
Boston got 1.
No.
Oh, shit. Damn,
not
New
what I
Jersey. That hurts, Jersey.
Damn you, Billy King.
Wow.
What did I say before the draft? Before the lottery?
Damn, Brooklyn.
So does
Again.
Boston go with Fultz and then trade Smart?
They got to trade one of them. They got too many guards.
I think Butler. I'm not even Chicago gets their pick, and that's Jimmy Butler.
I think Bradley has a little bit. I think Smart has a little bit more value right now over Bradley, even though they both killed in the playoffs.
Nah.
They both free agents. Avery Bradley and Marcus Smart are free agents at the end of the year.
Sheesh.
Next year.
After next year.
Yeah. Same for
No,
Thomas.
they're restricted. They're restricted after this year. Then they're unrestricted after next year. But they both restricted free agents.
There was
Well, I know one of them.
There was no chance we were losing our top 3 pick. There was no chance.
Yeah, that's because the NBA loves y'all.
Jimmy Butler's going to Boston. This isn't what I wanted, though.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie though. I'm happy with 4. Hopefully Jackson falls to 4 and I'm straight.
Let me see what it is. Yeah, I don't see Philly taking Jackson.
Why not?
As long as the Lakers ain't getting number 1, I'm fine. Hate.
Point guards, Philly.
I'm good, Sean. I'm good with 2.
How do we move from 6 to 8? That's all I want to know. How do we move from 6?
You heard, Sean?
Yeah, the Kings hurt you.
This is unbelievable. And they don't wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The Kings had their own and they had the Pellies.
Yeah.
The Pellies is like 11 and theirs moved up to 5.
No, but they can't move. Wait, hold on. Wait.
Yo, who moved up?
That doesn't make any sense.
Sacramento went from 8 to 5.
No, you can only move into the top 3. You can't move anywhere else. I'm confused now.
You're right, but Sacramento is at 5, and they were supposed to be 8 or 9.
Philly moves in the top 3. Phoenix fell out to 4.
Philly moved, but even Philly moves to the top 3. That still shouldn't
let Sacramento go to 5.
I gotta see the order again.
I'm looking at the order right now. This doesn't make any damn sense. I'm
Yes, the next pick 22nd though, in case y'all are wondering.
Hey Dubs, don't be too mad, man. You gonna get something at 22, man.
Yeah, there'll be some good talent
there.
Hey, I just want to let y'all know White Iverson's in the car too.
I like Shawn Marks, my GM. Marks we trust. We actually got 2 first-round picks, so I'm good.
They got a good coach too, Atkins. I like
got Washington's pick, right?
Everybody bought in. What you said, D?
Right, Dub?
You
got Washington's pick?
Why the hell?
Yeah, we got Washington and Boston.
Right. Okay.
All right, so that's good.
Knicks cannot even get the draft lottery right. Like,
I mean,
you can't get nothing right.
I don't think the Knicks messed up the draft lottery.
Blame Dolan.
All right, hold on. Boston had the best chance. Phoenix was 2. The Lakers were 3. Philly was 4. The Magic was 5. Minnesota was 6.
Minnesota fell back.
New York was 7. Sacramento was 8.
Sacramento went from 8
Dallas
to
was
5.
9, and the Pellies were 10.
Yeah, the Kings moved up.
They went from 8 to 5. That's what I'm saying.
But you're not supposed to be able to move up from 8 to 5.
I thought you could only move up to the lottery also, but
I thought you could only move up into 3, 1, 2, or 3. That's it. Unless I don't know. I someone has to.
So Philly,
But I think it was a swap. I think it was a swap pick.
no, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't that because they showed both Kings picks, and
Yeah.
Philly gets
it
one.
was
of
a
them.
swap with nobody.
Oh, okay. Philly. Okay, that's what it was. Philly got the other Kings pick. Okay.
Yeah, they could have. They could have, but they had a highest. Get out of here, D.
Yeah, Dorian, we don't want to see that.
Now I had to go get some ice, and I wanted to make sure I was still well represented when I.
Yeah,
How the Knicks went move to 8 though? I love it, yo.
I don't.
It's gonna be crazy on ESPN Radio tomorrow.
Can I go with you?
And you know why we went? And you know why we went to 8? You know why we went to 8? Because
y'all won the last.
decided to beat the Sixers the last day of the season.
I was just gonna say because y'all want to win games at the end of the season.
thank you.
I want this dude
Hey,
off
yo,
my
Shawn.
team.
Yo, Shawn, just know how long I was on the tank since like the beginning of the season, dog.
Well, I knew that we weren't gonna be bad enough to be like have the third one of the 3 worst records in the league, but them beating the Sixers, just lay down like a dog that you are.
Hold on. Nobody's checked Twitter. Hold on, I gotta check Twitter.
I'm reading Twitter now.
I gotta check my tweet deck. Hold on. Oh, it's going crazy.
Someone has to explain to me how Sacramento moved from 8 to 5. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Because they got rid of Cousins.
You get good karma when you do stuff like
So
that.
you get good karma for shit like that, dog.
Yeah, they did. Listen, they needed Dennis Smith anyway. Don't worry about it.
Yo, if the Knicks end up with Dennis Smith, I'm gonna pour liquor on my head.
Yo, Shawn, do you want me to do my first mock draft right now?
Yes. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna get out of here because I'm distraught.
No, I mean I'll email you one. I'll look at the big board real quick.
All right.
Let's see who the Knicks are gonna get. Let's see.
Any last words from anybody before we sign out of here?
Yeah, Phoenix is taking Jackson at 4.
Fuck the Celtics.
Alvin, any last words?
No, not really.
Malik Monk to Philly. At 3.
No.
Cousin D, any last words?
So I want to start by saying, Shawn, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And I try to tell y'all, man. Triple B, big ball ring.
Oh my
It's
god.
all right, man.
J. Mikey, any last
And
words?
I'm letting y'all know if we get Jackson, we going to the playoffs. I'm telling y'all that right now.
Shawn.
That was my
Shawn.
point.
Yes.
And give me
Fultz number 1. Ball 2. Monk 3. Jackson 4. Smith 5.
I figured out what happened.
Actually, no. Jason Tatum 5.
I figured out what
You hear me,
happened.
Shawn?
Yes.
Jason Tatum number 5.
Boston, LA, Philly.
Here's what happened.
Suns, yep.
Basically, the Kings went to the top.
Knicks went to 8, exactly.
Into the top
Crazy, and we
3.
had the 6. Somebody jumped.
Oh,
The Kings jumped in the top 3, but because they had a pick swap the
Philly
Sixers,
swapped the pick.
Philly
They got
swapped the
30.
pick. That's what happened.
Philly had 5 for real.
Yeah, y'all
So you-
had 5.
Oh.
And Sacramento
Thank
moved
you, Sam
up.
Hinkie. Thank you, Sam Hinkie.
Hanky, we trust.
Thank you, Sam. Trust the process, baby.
Trust the process.
John, Jason Tatum 5 to Sacramento.
And if we're gonna end up with Dennis Smith Jr., I'm gonna pour beer on my head.
You're gonna end up with Dennis Smith, which is good.
Yeah, why you wait?
No, I don't
I'm
want
about to
Dennis
say,
Smith.
why is that a bad thing? Oh,
He's good.
He's good.
I've seen Dennis Smith play. Dennis Smith. I see a lot of Johnny Flynn and Dennis Smith.
Nah.
No, you
A
do
lot of
not.
Johnny Smith.
No, you do
Yes,
not.
I do.
Johnny,
Yes, I
Yo,
do.
Johnny-
Like Dennis Smith like that.
Way
Johnny
better
needs to be as good as Dennis Smith is right now. John's
They're
good as
both
Dennis Smith is right now.
Point
dog.
guard athletes.
You were wilding.
They're both short point guard athletes who.
No. Johnny Smith's like my height, bro.
Yeah, this is.
I don't.
Dennis Smith
doesn't look like a
Dennis Smith is a legit. Dennis Smith is a legit point guard, and he will dunk on anybody over there right now.
Yeah, and they went and NC State went 11-19. F him.
I mean, that's all he had.
Everybody.
So did Washington, Sean.
And well,
Fultz is going number one.
Well, you know,
Fultz is going number one.
That's true. That's true. Good point, Dubs.
Well, I'm not saying that I necessarily look. Listen, I'm gonna end the show by bringing in the joy of my life.
Yeah.
Zach.
Yo, Shawn, you can have the French point guard if you want. I
want De'Aaron Fox.
You can get Fox. You can get Fox there too.
Hey,
you can get Fox.
I like Fox.
You can get Fox.
Fox looks like a winner.
Better. He's a piece. He's a great piece. Fox is a great piece. He is.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. I want to thank everyone for joining us. If you like what you heard and what you saw, and you are not a subscriber, please subscribe to the 5 Questions Podcast via Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, whatever podcast app that you use. Follow us on Twitter at 718.com. No, excuse me, twitter.com/718_. You can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/@Shawn with a W _. The underscore is very important. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/718. You cannot follow him on Twitter because he's not on Twitter yet. You can follow Alvin on Twitter at agrimes23. You can follow Cousin D on Twitter at TheRealCousinD. You can follow J Mikey at J Mikey. You can follow Nubs on Twitter at Nubs KUNBBS. And my son has a Nike box in his hand. So for all those gentlemen, my name is Shawn Hardie. Thank you for joining us. And say the word, Zach. Say the word.
Big Baller Brand.
Say the word. Not that word.
Yo, why Zach got a baby bun for?